Yeah, that's too dark in that corner now.
Is that better?
Yeah, there's no strobing, but it's dark in that corner.
It's okay. I'll be right. Hey, everybody. Is this strobing?
No strobing that close.
Just trying to open it on the iPad. Come on. Set up the rig, but he didn't put the rig in the proper spot, did he? There's marks on the desk for the rig.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
Yeah, that's what the marks on the desk are. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Just open the YouTube one. Okay. Still got last night's mess hanging around. Let's shove it away. Let's just make it seem like it's nice and neat. It's just clear last night's mess away. No. Worked a long day at work, and then I come home and I've been fussy cutting. I was watching Suicide Squad while I was fussy cutting. If you don't like violent stuff, don't watch it. It's the new Suicide Squad, the second one.
It's a bit out there.
It's very graphic. Don't watch it. Don't watch it if you don't want violence. Yeah, just saying, it's violent.
If you're looking for senseless entertainment, not meaningful.
It's interesting. It's funny. I don't mind Harley Quinn. I'm a bit of a Harley fan. Okay. Or am I a Margot Robbie fan? I don't know. Where are we? Hello, Diane and Robin. Hello, Michelle.
Debbie's on YouTube.
For our family questions today. You're most welcome. Hello, Sandra. Happy National Scrapbooking Day. Or should it be International Scrapbooking Day?
It's international.
I hope you have lots of fun. Yeah, well, everyone says national, but you know, maybe we should have one just for Australia at a particular time. While I was enjoying myself with a bit of crafting, Hubby was outside getting photos for World Naked Gardening Day. Okay, we don't want to see those, Marie, but I'm sure they're funny. It is bloody cold tonight. Holy dooly. Quentin, you are not doing that. We live on a busy street.
Yeah, no.
Bronny says it's really cold down there.
And that'll be another reason why you don't do that in Melbourne.
Yeah. Hello. Well, Bronny's not in Melbourne. She's in Geelong.
Which is even worse than
Hello, Mud and Lee. Hello, Tanya. Hello, Joanne. How are you? That's okay. I hope you all had fun. Hello, Cherie and Karen.
Oh,
it's global today, so international. Yes, I think it should be global.
I've lied to people, dear. I told them it was going to be a scrapbook layout when it's a mini book class.
I told you that.
Oh, no.
I told you. How many times have I told him that? You all heard me say that. Hello, Lisa. Long time no see. Lisa's been moving house. Moving. Okay, so let's look at Swan Princess first. So this is Swan Princess.
I could describe it
So this is paper 1. Like Gnome for the holidays, it's only got 3 papers. So when you buy a paper pack, you get 3 each of the 3 papers. So that's paper 1. And paper 2. Was it 2023? I said someone was 2023. Was it 2024 we were going to release our own papers?
Oh, I can't remember, dear.
This was going to be our first pattern paper collection. This is the first commercial images, these swans. First commercial license we purchased.
Yeah.
Was it 2018 or 2019? Might have been 2019. It might have been 2018. I think it was 2019. And we'd already been talking to printers for these guys. We'd first talked to them a year before that in 2018. So I think it was 2023 or 2024 we were going to release papers. But this was our first collection. It was going to be called Swan Princess, and it was the swans and the flowers. So there you go. I have fussy cut almost all of half of paper 2, which is fussy cutting, and which is the flowers, and all of one side of paper 2 and half of paper 3. So I've only got these couple of bits left. But I kept all, and this is what I always do. Let's put those there. I always keep, I was looking for that one. I always keep all the big bits from around, and I specifically leave you big bits that you could die cut. So we might be able to get the die cut tub of doom, which is actually an ice cream container of cutting dies. Yeah. I am that person.
Connections right
now. So last night you all found out that Quentin is not the IT guy. The IT guy is actually me, and it's a gal.
Wow.
And I've got, I think this is Grange.
Yep.
This is 300 GSM Grange cardstock I have got. So I have put on my thing. So I always put I've been putting a title lately on the YouTube video, and I have put on it that it is a mini flip book. Right. I said in class earlier this week that would be a cardy booky thing. So instead of giving you a card, you give like a little booky thing. And kind of like a snail mailer, because I used to teach something similar in a snail mail class. And we used to do it on school holidays. And lots of little bits and pieces we used to stick on it. And hello to Debbie and Jacqueline over on YouTube. And it's strobing again.
Just mine.
So, interesting concept. Let's just put some paper here. Interesting concept. Would you like to know why it strobes? So it strobes because the power supply isn't strong enough to keep the LED lights at the right on-off rate. So an LED light to the human eye looks like it's continuously on, but it's not. It's actually on, off, on, off, on, off. And when you record a video, it's actually open, close, open, close, open, close on the shutter. So the shutter speed is faster than the LED light normally. So I've really slowed down the shutter speed against my better judgment, because I don't want to affect the quality of the video. Like, I don't want to damage the quality of the video and the ability of the video to focus when I move my hand and that sort of thing. So because I don't see what the point is in having a really good camera on your phone and paying far too much for a phone that's got a really good camera if I'm going to dumb it down to, 1980s camera shutter speed, which I basically had to do. We've changed power boards because it seems that the Aldi power board was just not chugging enough electricity out, which is really disappointing, because it had like USB plugs and it had designated power points for different things.
We'll have to get another one.
And an on-off switch, which didn't work from day one. But yeah. So yeah, we've got a different power board now. We've got a Cambrook one on there.
Turn that little light on again if you want.
And no, it was strobing when I had white paper here just before.
Okay.
So we are still trying to work it out, but other than that, it means that our power supply has dulled down, which, having lived in Brisbane through the 90s and lived through power rationing, the kids don't believe me that we went through power rationing.
They went, power what? Power rationing.
Power rationing.
You couldn't have power rationing nowadays. Imagine that.
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if our power supply has dulled down, because they were talking about having to do something to reduce the usage. So yes, apparently we all use too much electricity.
I think we were creating too much electricity.
So let's go back here. We create a lot of electricity.
Oh,
hello, Mary. Yes, he is cheeky, isn't he? Marie, I go to Sydney in 3.5 weeks and it's meant to be Golder. Yep. A bit weary. Yes, you had a scrapbooking day at the CWA. Love the 20 questions. Did we have 20 questions in the end? I didn't count how many questions we had. I should have counted that. Yes, we miss you too, Lisa.
Does Lisa miss us?
Yes. And hello, Marlene. Hello, Lorraine. Hello, Diane B. I always reminds me. Oh no! Remind me not to be friends with him on Facebook, Marie. Holy dooly! I don't need any. I post too much apparently, and I comment too much. And
we don't need any hairy butts in our photos.
No, but I don't need any more misdemeanors from Facebook for being too prolific. I get penalised a lot because I post
is that
too
like
much.
Brighter or worse now? If you have a look, I think it's worse.
We'll see how we go. Hello, Dee and Liz. Saw Liz today. Hello, Pam. That it's only recent, yeah. So it's only since last Friday night. So it's not the phone, and we've done tests. Quentin did a test this afternoon, and it didn't do it. It's only when you're streaming it's only in the evening, later in the evening. Through the day, we had enough power that they could sync up. Mum is here, and we are watching. Hello, Tanya and Tanya's mum.
Alicia, can you just put white there? I think that big light's going to stray.
Yep, it already is.
Right.
Turn it back around. Deary me, and it's in my eyes. Okay, so let's get creating. Yep, it's making it stray.
Make something better. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm making lots of loud clicking noises. Hit the fan, hit the fan.
Rightio. So let's make our base. Let's make a bit of a basey thing. So let's cut. Yep, I'm so sorry about my husband being here.
Oh, I'm just trying to make the light better.
Let's cut a 6x12.
On the white?
Let's cut 2 6x12s from the white. Oh, and I'm just gonna kind of cut it a bit dodgy, so I'm just gonna go slightly smaller because I've been a bit dodgy with my first cut. Okay, so they're both the same width. Yeah, I've got 2 that are 6x12, and then
the white cardstock. It's a smooth white, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm thinking. So let's then cut a 5.5 by 12. 5.5 inches by 12 inches. Let's put that one on this side. Smaller one is on the right. Yep, we do love Quentin. Yep, I know, Debbie. Is it strobing now? Yep, it's strobing.
Not as bad as it was.
I'm very sorry. Let's put something here. Of course, I'm using white, and it's.
Oh, is that a 5x12 or a 5x7 years card? I'll put it in the wrong.
A 5.5 by 12.
Sorry, people. I've got to edit that.
MIA, tad busy here. Yeah, Deborah, I heard you had a kid with conjunctivitis. What's it going to say on the predicted text with conjunctivitis?
Oh, did you explain to them about what's going on with the messaging on YouTube? With the text on screen on YouTube?
Oh, so YouTube are rolling out they are rolling out an artificial intelligence driven captioning and subtitles system. Australia is one of the countries, but I just don't think I'm a big enough deal to get it early on. They're still saying that it's glitchy, but we're pretty sure that's why our subtitles on YouTube have disappeared. So we did have subtitles in YouTube, but now we don't have subtitles in YouTube, and we're pretty sure it sort of coincides when they started rolling this out, and our country became one of the countries that was getting it. So henceforth, we aren't getting our subtitles anymore. Strobing around the edges, not on the white.
Yeah, not on my
I think it's
screen.
the reflection of the white. This bright white. It can't be helped for the strobing. I'm just happy to have you all here. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, it's just a bit funny. So I've got paper number 2. And I think we'll cut this wood grain. So let's chop it up into its 4 sections or 2 sections. Let's chop it in half here. So let's make from this, let's make a 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 of this wood. Right, and we're going to sit that over here with our small bit. So we need a robust colour. So if you're not using Swan Princess, we need something with a bit of oomph to it. Okay.
So you can the pink timber pattern paper on pattern paper 2 to 5.5 by 5.5. So.
No, 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. You're not listening.
Oh,
Dearie me, I love him to pieces, but holy dooly. So, okay. So the kid with the broken hand also has the flu and conjunctivitis. And didn't he also have the bug from the water? Oh, Deborah, you've got one of those. You've got one of those kids. That kid that always, yep. So we don't. I've got the sick child that gets really sick. She's not a hypochondriac, but she does get really sick. Like she's allergic to rice, tomatoes, grasses, animals, birds.
Yeah, just name it.
Mold. Mold's a big one. Dairy. She's now eating a FODMAP diet because her stomach's playing up even worse. She's got my sensitive stomach. She doesn't eat much gluten because it makes her sick as well. She's allergic to staph. So the staph we all carry on our skin and in our noses, she's allergic to that. So, yeah. So she doesn't Dr. Google anything. She just rings mum. So we had a discussion today. So this afternoon, she's already done ring mum about something medical today. So your sleep camera has problem focus, zooms in and out trying to focus, maybe similar. Yeah, and I just think, I don't know, but it has a lot to do with the power supply on these lights. And the dearer light is the one I've turned off. I've only got the cheapo going. The cheapo is working better than the expensive one right now.
We had we used to have that other LED light when we first started, and it strobed really badly.
Yeah, I've got a bar one over here. I've got a really expensive bar one over there, and it's useless because it strobed at the beginning. We had no lights. We're better off with no light than crappy light. Okay, so we've got our 2 6x12s. So let's get those. So let's score one of them in half at 6 inches. So these are both 6 inches by 12 inches. So you've got to listen, not just read what my dodgy scribe writes. So make sure they line up top and bottom. And I know one of them is going to end up a bit shorter than the other, and that's good because that's kind of what folding does. Rightio.
Wow.
So there we go.
Dodgy scribe.
Yep, dodgy scribe. So then this other one, let's score it at, we want some bottom. Oh, sorry. Bracelet on the, I wonder if you could, yeah, you could use that as a musical instrument. So let's score at 1.5. And then let's score at 7.25 inches. Yeah, let's do that. So let's fold those and making sure it lines up top and bottom. And give it a nice crease. I think this is a good scrap box one too.
Thank you, Leslie. I'll pay you later, though.
What's that? He's doing a great job. Can I just say something? He's also looking at 2 screens. He's answering messenger messages.
Currently sharing onto about 15 Facebook groups.
Sharing into groups. He's typing at 1,000,000 miles an hour, which is really hard with 2 fingers. And he's keeping up with the emails. So he is pretty great, but sometimes. And he's got to create a kit. So we're like this, and we're going to go like this. We're going to be like that sort of thing. And then this one here. So this one was 5.5 inches wide by 12 inches long, right? So let's score it at 5 inches. And then we're going to score it at 10.5 inches. I just had to second guess myself to make sure the measurement in my head was correct. Sorry. So at 5 inches and then 10.5 inches. Making sure it lines up nice and straight on the sides. So then this little guy, it's going to go there. This little one's going to go here. Because it's all white, let's put this piece behind it like that so that it gets a bit of pizzazz. Bazinga. Look at that. Like that.
Why is it in Scrapbook Fantasies, aren't they?
I had that issue today. So did everyone enjoy? I take it you enjoyed your questions and your chatty croppy day. It was a bit of a chatty croppy day, wasn't it? It was pretty basic. It was, just kind of seeing how you're going and having conversation about how we started and what we create and,
I was going to share a picture of my empty packing desk until Noah loaded it up with orders.
Yep.
I thought,
no.
Now looking at this.
My desk at work's a mess. And I didn't get around to sharing my desk here because I came home and so let's keep these strips. And I did fussy cutting instead. So, rightio. So, got this fake glitter. Let's stick our book together. So we're going to cut the middle out of this piece, this bit of timber. So this was 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 inches. So let's cut the middle out of it. Now you could use red tape. So red tape is, so we're going to use that bit for something. Red tape is, drawer won't open. Is this?
Lorraine said it was chatty coffee day. Now it's wine time.
Wine time. So red tape, strong tape. It's not a plasticky tape. It's got red backing stuff. Okay. Class is never boring, says Pam. Thank you, Pam. Love you. Mr. Versatility. He's pretty versatile. And he cooked. What was that we ate? I love the relationship you have with the kids. Thank you. And, had the discussion today with one of said kids that he needs to be understanding when his friends don't have parents they can speak to. So he needs to be understanding of his friends that are a little envious of his relationship with his parents, because he doesn't need us to hold his hand or anything, but we're there to support him. And because he had a medical treatment on his jaw today, and it's painful. I'm going to say it's really painful. He's taken the painful path, but it's the long term. He's looking at a long term result. So he's not taken the easy path. He's taken the best path. So, and he's got some friends. Like, he's got a friend that really does envy, not jealous envy, but doesn't have the benefit of, apparently we're great parents now. We were horrible parents a few years ago, but we're great parents now. But we're the same parents. But yeah, because he's got a friend that comes to him for what he comes to us for, advice wise, and he doesn't understand why, and we do. So I'm going to burnish this tape, but yeah, it's pretty good. Amelia Ann wasn't happy last night because we made her dance, not run around like a hooly-dooly at the disco.
Well, one of her friends struggles to be a good friend.
Yeah, and it's hard. It's hard sometimes for kids, but yeah, Amelia, we just didn't want her running around the paddock because she has a habit of, if she runs around too much after dinner, we all know she's a chuck-up Charlie. Mom! Well, yeah. Half of them have witnessed it. Yeah. People that own Jamaica Blue have witnessed it. People at Fresh Fix.
Coffee Club in Bundaberg.
Coffee Club in Bundaberg. Because they've witnessed it. Okay. So we've put tape on this short end here. Right?
What sheet did you use for the Swan Princess cutouts?
This is the bigger one. So this is the one that's 6 inches wide. I use number 2 and number 3. So this is 6 inches wide, right? And this is 6 inches wide. So we're going to look at this. And the edge that's longer, which is this one, yeah, you might need to shut that door because that little dog is going to get really annoying soon. That little dog is obnoxious. Probably should see that nothing's at the chalks.
I'll be back soon. Amelia's going to scribe.
So when we stick this on here, we want to see a tiny, tiny bit of the fold. We don't want the edge here to overhang the fold because that's when it can get caught and rip off. Whereas if you have a tiny, tiny bit of the fold showing, it means that when we burnish this on like this, it can sort of become part of the fold then. One of our neighbours is having a party. One lot of neighbours are out and their dogs are whinging. But that's a little dog over the back. Nothing at the chooks.
No.
He's just barking at his own tail.
Here's the neighbours on the other side have a dog.
Oh dear. Rightio. Oh, and someone's got something on their brazier that doesn't smell kosher.
I think next door's having the special.
One of the special parties. Thursday night was an interesting party. What'd she do? Oh, she's sitting there in Daddy's glasses. You be careful wearing them because one of them lenses is way thicker than the other.
Right, come on. We're going to get used to what
So, yes, we did have to fix a 5.5 inch on the white card. Which 5.5 inch? This one. Oh, 5.5 inch by 12. I don't think he fixed it. Okay, I'm way back. I have a chuck up Charlie too, Amelia. Oh, there you go. Lisa has one of them too.
Yes.
Hello, Beryl. Lisa has got a chuck up Charlie.
What's the kids' name?
Oh, I think it might be her youngest too. Lachlan, thanks for being a chuck up Charlie, said Cherie. There, see, Lachlan was a chuck up Charlie too. Hearing your old baby born. Oh no. No, Amelia just always been. She was also the poop plosioner.
Yeah.
So I've done a really silly thing here. I'm going to say stick this to this and then stick it in. Yep, let's do that. Let's put the tape back on. See, too much talking. No, I'm not concentrating. Bad juju. Let's put tape around this. So this was our 5.5 inch piece and we scored it at 5 inches and then we scored it at 10.5 inches. Did you fix the thing where it was 5.5 by 12?
Yes, I did, but they might have to hit refresh.
Oh, okay. As long as when someone comes and watches it later,
it'll be the right measurement.
It'll be the right measurement. We just need to make sure that when someone comes along later, it's correct. It is a bit of a poop show around here. It's a bit, it's a rock show.
Needs to be put out of that.
And not the kind where you buy a t-shirt and you know.
Oh, I better fix the title of this because it's not a Christmas wishes Saturday night, is it?
That means he's copy and pasting.
I'm duplicating.
You're duplicating. Why didn't you just duplicate something that was Swan Princess where I'd already corrected your spelling mistake?
Change all the tags for Saturday night. It's all good.
There's no Saturday night tag. It's just the title.
There is a Saturday night tag. It was already on this cards.
Yeah, no, I would have done Swan Princess because it's already got the thing in. And when you do the collection tag, remember you have to type the collection without spaces as well.
Yes, done that too.
You didn't last night.
Didn't I?
Nope.
Not known for the holidays, all one word.
Yeah. There's a cat at the back door.
No, she's inside.
Yeah. So the IT department has that in there for a reason, Quentin.
Sounds like the IT department's become an auditing department.
It does sound like the IT department's the auditing department, but IT department is the boss. So
Yes.
let's make this little guy into a pocket. Before we do that, let's just do ourselves a favour and burnish that one. Because we're going to burnish it on. So if you were giving this as a cardy booky thing, you would put your gift card in here. Yes, I have used this as a scraper. It's not full size because it's been used as a scraper. It's worn down. So let's put our gift card in there.
Yeah, this one's 5.5 by 12.
This piece is the 5.5 by 12 inch piece. So let's stick this here.
So I had to go back and change that to my die.
Oh yeah. Rightio. So put that there, and then we put this on the front, and we'll put some sort of tidily thing. Rightio. Yes, let's. So let's cut this piece of fake glitter from paper number 2. to 5 3/4 inches by 5 3/4. And then let's be very gentle and cut this piece that goes with it to 5 1/2. And then let's trim a little bit off this end and then a little bit off this end to make it 5 1/2. And then it's going to go on like that. And then we're going to put that on the front like this. And let's embellish that as we go. Let's kind of set the stage with the embellishment of this. Yeah, I'm just hacking it out. Yeah, yep. We'll run late for work because Stormboy was on. The original Stormboy was on World Movies, and Amelia Ann was just mesmerised by it. She hasn't asked if we can get a pet pelican, but be on the cards. She did ask an odd question yesterday, but coming home from the disco. Can't remember what it was, but it was a bit of a crackers one.
Yeah, it was just an out there sort of a...
Yeah.
Just come from left of field.
They always come left of field.
And you said it's very pretty.
Oh gosh, I've got a mark on it.
So yeah, the Swan Princess paper packs are $14.55, and you get 3 of each of the 3 pattern papers.
Plus a free flare button.
Plus a free flare button.
Rightio.
There you go. Lisa's been watching Stormboy too.
Okay. Let's get the lopper chopper back out. So this edge here has got more of the picture. So I am thinking we cut at 3 1/2 inches.
So this is the piece that was 5 1/2 by 5 1/2.
Yeah. And then we want something here. Oh, that's pretty.
Wow, that fits perfectly, sis. Yeah.
I grabbed a few things at work. I always grab some stuff from work. Let's just grab it. All crap stuff, not crap stuff.
Oh, there's the shroud. It must be the reflection.
Probably. Nope. Wishes. Let's use wishes.
Did you say 3 1/2 inches or 3 inches to cut that white piece out?
3 1/2. What'd you type?
3. Sorry, everyone.
Oh, Quentin, come on, dude.
Editing it now.
You can't just keep editing stuff.
So, I'll retype it again.
Really? Really? And wishes. Where's the strip of timber paper we had left over from something?
I don't want to buy stars.
That's better. Keep that for something else. And we'll paint our wishes and we'll put a flare button on there. You've got to start listening.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody. He needs to close the emails. Have you closed them?
Yes.
And you're not doing anything else but what we're meant to be doing here.
That's correct.
Right. Deary me. So let's stick these two on here. So we're going to stick the bigger one at the bottom. But what it actually goes and shows is that you kind of need to listen to the measurements.
I won't pay attention.
You could put the fan on
Yeah.
or the air conditioner. So then let's get this. Okay.
Can't believe it's May and we've got to put the air on.
Okay. So then let's get this piece of. This is the barcodey strip from paper number 2. Let's overhang it at the ends. Is it straight? Hope so. And then this is the leftover scrap of the timber from when we cut the timber piece for in the middle.
Pam's getting a cortisone injection in the shoulder. Hope it works, Pam.
Now, our timber piece is barely big enough. So what we're going to do, just going to peel it up a bit. Where it's going to get covered here by the flower bouquet, we're going to rip it. Line it up here. So when you find your piece isn't big enough, if you're sticking something over it, then you just, you know, put that there. So then let's put this flowers here and let's use some foam. Let's just be doing that. So it's on the front, so we need to put a few pieces. Let's not be too scroogey. We kind of do need to make sure it sticks.
Everyone's going to play with.
Yep. That's the bit that someone's going to try and pull off to see what you did. So we need to cover that. That little joiny bit there. Oh, and that's cute. The leaf looks like it's coming out from under the flower. That's cool. And then we're going to put a little flare button here. So let's stick that on with, let's just use some glue. And is it warm enough? Let's leave that there upside down for a bit. Wishes. Oh, that's nice there, but if we colour it. So let's paint our wishes.
It's spitting in rain this morning, Leslie, but it hasn't rained here yet. Just got the humidity.
Humidity doesn't even come close. Let's use some lilac. So by not adding too much water to the pan here, it means it's a little thicker and a bit more opaque. You don't want it like super thick and super chunky, but you just want it to go on without it being too wet. I don't want to fluff around with a heat tool tonight. Oh look, I've still got water from last night. That's manky. No, it's okay. Just gonna get a baby wipe here.
What's the brand? Is it Purple Down or something?
No, it's purple watercolor. It's just... Yeah, there's a bit of colour left there from last night. So let's get a dry baby wipe. Rightio. So let's put the tape on the back of this and stick it on. So far, Quentin, we've got 2 pieces of number 2. And 1 of number 3, and 2 pieces of cardstock.
2 pieces of white smooth, 1 small which is script title cut, 1 purple watercolour blue.
Yep.
Which I'm thinking is from
Beautiful Family.
Beautiful Family.
13333 is the kit it's from. Sorry, everyone.
13333.
Yeah, just trying to keep him knowing what he's doing, because he's making a kit at the same time, and we already know he's a bit distracted and tired. So
He wishes is a 3-pack too, isn't it?
yes. 12915. Oh, look at that.
12915.
So let's peel this off. You'll let me know if there's comments over on YouTube, won't you?
Yep. I'm watching that.
Rightio. And the snip is quick. I love the scissors you are using. Oh, what's that? What's that? Let's go back. Shop. Missed a few comments. I think he's missed them. Getting cortisone. Injection of Charlotte on Monday. Hopefully it's better. I hope it does too. I hope it works really well for you, Pam. To mine. No. Only lasted 3 months. Oh no, Pam. It's the injection that hurts. Love the scissors you are using. How are they not sticking to the tape? These ones?
Yeah, Deb said
I think it's beyond. It's good quality tape, but it's also that, yeah, they're very, I'll show you, they're very well worn in the hinge. So I think because they don't connect as tightly as these, like the blades don't run against, they're serrated blades as well, but because the blades don't run against each other really well, I think that stops the stickiness getting stuck. When I first got them, they were horrendous for getting sticky on them. But since they've been cutting tin and gasket film and all sorts of weird stuff and cork and paddle pop sticks and anything else my family has chosen to cut with them because, you know, they can cut them, they're, yeah. That's why they get, you know, a bit loose, but it is good tape too. The better the tape, the easier, the better the result. So let's stick this on here.
we did have different thicknesses of red tape in earlier in the month, but that's all. So. was that last one?
Yeah, I've got gold paint on my mat. Just got to be careful not to get it on. So I'm holding this so it doesn't shudge along and pick up the gold paint. Okay, let's just using 450 glue. You could also use foam tape. Dimensional Magic does work well, but because I'm going to be mucking around with my, got a bit of glue in here. Leslie's having kittens, me doing this. Stabbing around in the glue bottle with a pair of scissors on my hand. This is nearly empty. I've had this a while. That's quinacridone Nicolazzo Gold from Golden Artist Colours. I've had this a while. I think I've got glue jammed in here. So you can actually take this top piece off.
I'm about to have a 450 explosion.
No, there's glue jammed in here. It's my fault. It's not the fault of the glue. It's just happy end off. See?
I look at the football when you do these things.
There we go. That's better. It's never going to seal again now. Come on. Where is it? Oh no, this is the one I found in the drawer.
It's tossable. Wrong one, tuck it
Wrong one.
out.
In the tub. I've got the tub, it's empty now.
So
It had
we
all the
actually have
glues in.
450 in stock at the moment. What's the Art Deco quick dry or something, isn't it?
Something like this. Let's use it. It's going to come out quicker. There we go. Sorry. I don't like the stretch bit. Okay, that's not dry yet. But we're going to stick that down here. Okay. Let's do this bit here while we just leave that sit there to dry. So this space here is 6 inches by 4 3/4. So what are we going to stick on that? Hey, we've got that bit left. We've got this. Remembering this is directional. So this was 5 3/4 inches wide. Let me just make sure that I got that right in my head. Yes. So let's put that bit there and leave space for a nice photo. And then let's put this bit here. Okay, so we need to neaten this up, cut it down, neaten it up. Let's just cut this one here, just at the barcode. This is paper number 3. So let's just neaten this up as tight as we can. And we need a 5 3/4 inch high. So the writing's going that way by 5 1/2 inch. So the writing's going across when we're cutting it at 5 1/2. just thinking about your directional prints. And then do we make that?
Well, text is coming up blue, hard to read.
Text is coming up blue, hard to read. What do you mean it's coming up blue? Black on mine. What does that mean? What if we put this bit in here? And then put a little piece of this down on the pocket here. Let's do that.
I have no idea why it's coming up blue, Leslie. It's black on mine, though.
Black on mine. Has anyone else got Quentin's text coming up blue?
Blue on mine, too.
What have you done, Quentin? 5.5.
When I put up the links.
Is it the links? Oh, no, the link will be blue. The link will be blue.
Oh, yeah, the link for the...
The link will be blue.
Yeah, you just got to...
5.25. Yes, that means it's a link. 5.25 by 3 3/4. Okay, so let's get it. So we've got the text running this way. Right, the lines are going this way. And let's do an 1.25 inch piece. Okay, so to do an 1.25 inch, so the writing sideways here. Let's cut this at like 6.25, and then cut it at 5. So we're reverse engineering. So we get an 1.25 inch by 5.25, and the writing's going across. Hope that makes sense. So I actually cut it to a nice even measurement, and then I minus the measurement I needed off that, so that I got it neat, because it was just really hard to balance out here.
What's the little strip measurements here?
An 1.25 inch by 5.25. And then, so we got the writing going the right way up, going across. And we're going to cut it 5.25 by 3 3/4. But we're going to use the back.
5.25 by 3 3/4.
Yeah.
And he's loving the paper. Yeah, so the blue one, guys, there's a links to when I put up like a product.
Or
A link to
something.
Put up a YouTube link or something like that. So.
Oh, I should show you what last night's turned out like if you missed it.
Or if you fell asleep during class.
Let us know if we did enough for National Scrapbooking Day. There's a lot on, and we just wanted it to be nice and comfortable and easy and fun. Where's my page from last night that we brought home? Did it come home?
Yeah, it came home. Sure.
Oh, writing up the right way shows us that it's going the right way. I'm going to keep all these little scrappy bits because we're going to use those to embellish. Yeah, we are. Writing up the right way.
It's got the weekly classes on it too.
So So if you missed what we did this week in class, that's of something else. Put that there. This is what we did this week. We did a sidestep card for Mother's Day. And we did a feminine grunge page. That's what I called it. And they were with Runaway Princess. There are a couple of kits left, I think. I think there are. And this is what we did last night with Gnome for the Holidays. Just with the animals. So it's not Christmassy. I mean, it is when you look at the back. But that's what we did last night.
So Deb said, it's been a fun day. Keep moving with questions I haven't scrapped but popped in and out throughout the day.
Yeah. So if you didn't get to Scrapbook, you at least got to chat with your friends and laugh and how we all started scrapbooking, or, you know, how many people blamed me for their addiction. Not mentioning any names there, Lee. It was a very Priscilla Queen of the Desert day when we were moving the ribbon stand. We don't have those stands anymore. They were just too big and bulky. We kind of sold them, but we mostly just gave them away to the secondhand store. And we were coming across the road and the ribbons were still on these big wheelie stands. They were big stands that we got from Lincraft when it closed down in Rockhampton. And some of the ribbons started blowing off. The tails started blowing off, and this big trail of ribbon, and
The bolts falling out of the trolley.
oh, it was just, was that trolley or another trolley?
One of the trolleys are running backwards and forwards with.
Oh, yes.
So Deborah and Karen are dropping some big hints about a set of colour cuts for the cute animals.
Cute animals ones, yes. I have got them half made. I know. I'm not quite getting there with everything I need to do, am I? I'll eventually get everything finished I've got on the drawing board. Rightio.
So I said it was good. Today was interesting to see all the chats.
Yeah. It was nice to see what people thought and, you know, how we all started scrapbooking. And if we put that there, we've got to put your gift card thing behind it. And is that feasible? Where did I chuck that gift card? Oh, it disappeared. No, there it is.
It got put on the gutter and nearly fell over. Yes, it did, Lee.
Yep, it was funny.
It's a long time ago now.
I think we need to put that there.
60
Okay.
paper pad for the high tide. Oh, let's have a look, Deborah.
Okay, so let's put a little pencil mark here and here, where the top of our pocket are. Right. And let's just transpose those onto the back.
Can you show me where you joined the two 6-inch pieces together on the back?
Oh, okay. They're here. Here. So this is the one that's folded in half, and this one was scored at 1.5 inches, then 7 1/4, and then whatever the end is. So we use the 1.5 inch bit to stick onto the inside of the one that was folded in half.
Yeah, okay, scroll back that.
So then where the two marks are, I'm going to draw a line. Right. So we're going to put adhesive on here. But before we do that, we're not getting rid of the lines on the front. Let's find some of our scraps. Let's get these scraps from where we fussy cut. I just want some scrappy bits. We'll sit this on here. Let's just sit that there. We want a piece that's going to hide behind the swan. Like that. And then, so it's going to hide behind the swan. So let's draw a line across it where the top of the pocket is. And we want about 1/2 inch of it below the top of the pocket. So where we're going to stick this piece is, so this is just a little scrappy bit. And it could be a square or a rectangle or something. But you want a little bit above the pocket behind the swan. And a bit below the pocket, that's about 1/2 inch wide. So we're going to put some glue on the back of that. And we're going to submerge this on the background in behind the pocket. Mine just happens to be kind of a swanny shape. So you can see it's gone in the pocket, but stuck to the background. Okay? So what that does is when you put something in here, so you're going to go to put it in like this. So it's going to help it go in without catching. So before it was sort of catching, now it's a bit easier to go in. It's stuck right to the top. Then we're going to make a second one. So we're going to get our scraps. I'm going to cut a piece. That's sort of going to be about 1/2 inch below the bottom of the pocket. Snip that off there. So we just want a scrappy bit that's going to go down about 1/2 inch below the pocket and have some above the bird, above the top of the swan. So let's sit it on the front. And then I know this seems really weird, but trust me, this is how we roll. I'm going to draw our line. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put our glue on this front bit here. If we hadn't left the lid off and it hadn't gone dry. Oh, there we go. So we're going to put some glue on the front here. Not so much that it's oozing out like I've done. I'm going to pop that in here. All right. But what we're going to do is we're going to put the gift card in there. So if any glue oozes out, it just gets on the gift card. That's why I have a used plastic gift card around.
And they're good for scraping things.
Otherwise the pocket gets stuck together. So let's just leave that for the moment. Let's put the lid on this. And let's come across here and do something here. So let's put this here and you can write something on it, but let's not stick the flowers. Let's just stick along the back here so that what you could do is then when you go to put a photo on it, say this is a photo, and you could tuck it in there. We might actually put some fake photos on this one. Let's do that. That's nice. We might get some fake photos on this. So I'm actually going to glue this so that it doesn't come up later. Let's center it. Yeah, it needs to knock so we have hot water for a shower. I'm going to say, boys don't think they're alike. I do beg to differ. Our boys are just water hogs. Actually, all the children are. We are too.
Don't know where they get it from.
Don't know where they get it from.
Seriously.
And do we want to put this little guy? So let's put one of these little tiny flowers up on foam. So let's cut a little piece of foam. And we don't want this to fall off because of picky fingers. You know? You don't want picky fingers to pull it off. So let's put a little bit of glue behind the foam. Just a tiny dot. Yep. We are accommodating picky fingers. Yeah. Yeah.
Because it'll happen.
It'll happen. I think this is dry now. Yep. Okay. So let's come back over here. So we're going to stick on our Swan. And let's use foam. So we're going to put a little bit of foam on our bit here. And we'll put some foam below the border on the Swan because we've drawn that in. And let's make sure it's all going to be hidden. There we go. Let's put a tiny bit there. Now, so this actually makes it easier to go in there without getting in behind the Swan. You're less likely to get caught behind the Swan. So let's make sure we completely cover it and we line up our marks. Right. Let's get our eraser and very carefully get rid of our 2 pencil marks. The eraser pencils are really good for this. And they've got the little dusty away broom. Yeah. See? Dust away. Okay, so we use foam there. An interesting fact, don't do it on this one yet. You could actually burnish your foam. Done it before.
Does it work?
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It's the same concept. You just don't want air in there, in between the layers, to oxidize. Because it's actually oxidization that causes the glue to let go. So not only are you here for a scrapbooking or a card making class, you're also here for a science lesson. Not that you want to have a science lesson. I got 3 rolls of foam on the go, and they're all going to run out at once. That's just silly of me. Anyway, so that's there. Let's do a bit of a. Let's stick our wishes on. So I'm just using the Dimensional Magic in the applicator bottle. So in the question for tape and glue today, I did say tape because I love tape. But I will use Dimensional Magic if I have to use glue.
Dimensional Magic is a very good product.
It's our most popular adhesive. Look, I've got a bit of glue there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it so that I cover up my bit of glue.
It does also work as a gloss glue.
It is for gloss over top of, it's the glossy glaze stuff. The gloss over the top of your small decoupage.
But if you have the range of glossy accents, same stuff.
Same. It is exactly the same. Okay, I've got pencil in there. Let's get rid of the pencil. Rightio. Picture. So I've got this little piece here. And this little piece here. You know what we might do is we might bodgy up this piece. Rightio. No, we're going to bodgy it up. So let's neaten up this bit that's out of the middle of the glitter.
So that's the piece that you cut out of the middle or something.
Yeah, and it needs to be 4.5. So it needs to be 4.5 inches by 4.25.
4.5 by 4.25 from the fake.
And then we're gonna cut, we're just gonna straighten this bit up. So looking forward to next 2 weeks' time, because then we're gonna have 4.5. Four and a half by 1.25. Oh, really? So I'm going to cut it at 4.5, and then I'm going to come back 1.25. So 1.25 back from that to get 4.5 by 1.25. Yep. I know it's cheating, but it's not hard in reverse engineering it. So there and there. Look at that. Bake it till we make it. Rightio. Should I just make sure those kids are okay?
Right out the back.
No, they're in the street. Just make sure they're not being chased.
Oh, across the road's dog or something.
Yeah, that the dog hasn't got out and isn't attacking them. We have a neighbour with a dog that when it gets out, it's not nice. The neighbour's not nice either. I've seen them yelling at teenagers. Saying not very nice things, so there's nothing wrong with saying not nice things, but we always make sure that we sort of watch what's going on when there's teenagers. Like, you don't want to, not check on some teenage girls if they're being chased by someone in a car. I have been that teenage girl that was chased by someone in a car and followed, and no one did anything about it.
There's no one out on the street, but the lady across the road was standing in the front door when she was.
Yeah. But yeah, I have been the teenage girl being chased by someone, and no one did anything.
Oh, Heather, where's your late slip? Come on.
No, Heather, there is no late slip required.
Always one door and have you. I'm not done. Oh, no. Shower. He's secretly hiding in the lounge room watching.
What about that? That's pretty as can be, isn't it? Let's do that.
That's a good time.
Pretty
Write
as
that
can
down.
be. I think we've already got it, don't we?
I remember that.
You should write it down. Okay, I went a bit far there. So I'm going to stick this on a bit of foam. Noah's on his way. The super scribe. Let's just do the burnishing thing on the phone. Rightio. Okay.
I'll YouTube. On YouTube, someone said looks very cool. I'm using the ruler to measure.
More medicare. You know alcohol. Come on. Quick, little bits.
I'm just writing down what photos we're going to need eventually. Let's put something in here.
I'm really sorry if he hasn't liked your comment. I'm going through and liking everyone's comments. Like, it's not that he doesn't appreciate it, it's just he was lazy.
You all get up me.
No, Milton, no dad. Oh.
Yeah, but, you know, I get in trouble for telling your dad off. What if we do that and that there? So this is a piece of paper one. Can you just write him a note? What was that title he said? We'll have to finish watching late at night all and have a wonderful, wonderful day tomorrow. Yes, have a wonderful Mother's Day tomorrow, everyone. That's having to go. That would be a very scary and upsetting view. No one did. Worry. It's okay. I did make it to a friend's mum's house. Barely. It's okay. So when Amelia was a newborn, that same person actually tried to come near me because thought I was just with my kids, and Milton gave him a razzle dazzle. Milton was 16, nearly 17, and Milton, yes, gave him a little bit of a scare and told him off. And told him in no uncertain terms, because Milton had been there when his father had chased this bloke off too. So we're going to do a 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. So this left-hand side is going to be 5 3/4. And then the right-hand side is going to be 5 1/2. Here. So we've got a 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 and a 5 3/4 by 5 1/2 inches.
So, no, I'm not going to get this right.
You're right with that. What was that title? Pam said hello, Noah.
Pretty as can be.
Pretty as can be. Can you write that down? We've got a piece of number 1.
Did you type that?
No.
Okay. Hang on. You've got to deal with your sister in a second.
I know I've got to deal with them.
5 1/2, was it? Listen.
A 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 and a 5 3/4 by 5 1/2.
5 3/4. From what paper?
Paper 1. But they've got to look at the instruction, like look at what I've said, because we've got 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 on the left and 5 3/4 by 5 1/2 on the right. So it actually, the pattern flows.
Right.
But I'm just thinking,
Just thinking. Which means we're gonna Thank you very much to, I don't know your actual name, but it's Penny Friends is the lady's name on YouTube.
oh, thank you. That's Jacqueline. Look at the face. Looks like Jacqueline.
Jacqueline's up high, no different picture.
No. Oh, it is too. Oh, she's got the same smile as you, Jacqueline.
Oh, could be a twinsy from somewhere else.
Twinsy.
What do they call that?
Doppelganger.
Doppelganger.
Do we like that there? And if we trim, let's do that. So this one here, let's cut around this cream flour. Like that. Put that one over there. And then let's keep the two leaves, because leaves are handy. Oh, that's a terrible word, handy, isn't it? And then put that like that. And put this flour flat and the swan up on foam. What do we think of that? Okay.
I think that's more cute.
I'm just collecting a list down here to the right of photos.
She insists that you do it.
And then,
Tanya
Ooh.
says, love it.
do we want to put a little piece of this in the middle here? What are we
Did that
using?
paper the YouTube comment?
Yeah.
Marie says, those swans are so beautiful. Swans
Oh.
and
They are,
when I don't know how to pronounce that.
Swans.
And
Wrens.
wrens are
Yes,
my
wrens are lovely little birds, aren't they? Although we have, because we've got another aloe vera type plant. It's in the aloe vera family. It is flowering currently, and it's getting huge. Not as big as the last one. The last one was massive because they get a massive big spike, and then they get all these arms coming out from the spike, and then they get a group of flowers like as big as my hand. All these little flowers. The lorikeets love them. We have 2 young male lorikeets currently that have been visiting, and they're just loving them.
The person on YouTube,
The lady on YouTube.
yeah, the lady on YouTube
It is
says,
me, Jacqueline. Haha. Oh, she's got 2 profiles on YouTube. There you go. I have to tell Dad. Well, it looked like Jacqueline. Either Jacqueline had a doppelganger or a twinsy that we didn't know about, or well, she didn't know about, or it was Jacqueline again. It's that smile. Jacqueline's smile is so contagious. I think you'll all agree with me there. Okay, so this piece is the 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. And we're just got to be careful because silly me has stuck the flare button on already. But it's nice sometimes to decorate part of it and get it to the point where you know what, you know where you're headed with your design. Do you know what I mean?
Lisa says, we have quite a few here and the same birds. Jacqueline says,
Swans are a bit mean.
Thanks.
Swans are a little bit mean, aren't they, Quentin? Or is it peacocks that are really mean?
Peacocks.
Geese.
Peacocks just
Geese are mean.
geese. Oh, mate. Do not chase the geese.
So when your Uncle Maury, who's only 18 months older than you, says, here, throw rocks at the geese, they love it. Don't listen to him. When your Uncle Maury's when your Uncle Murray's 5 and you're 3.5. Were you 3.5 or you?
I could run.
I could run.
I'm scarred.
Maybe you were 5 and he was 7.5. But yeah, Murray was a bit evil, eh? Murray also crashed his brother's brand new ute when he was 17. He wasn't meant to be driving.
Yes.
Because the end of his cigarette fell down into his lap and burnt through his boxer shorts.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Very, very cool.
Rightio. So let's put some foam on this one. Where's the foam? It is Jacqueline.
Oh, I saw that. I was just trying to think of what nice message I could type to say you tricked.
I could tell it was Jacqueline's contagious smile.
Good watchdogs. Yes, geese do make good watchdogs. Swans are mean if you wear glasses. Oh, I never knew that.
What's it mean if you wear glasses? Deary me.
I never knew that.
That's scary. Let's put glue on this. We decided to put this for it. How am I going for time? I'm not.
It is only 8:35.
Oh, like I'm not pulling a midnight.
No, you're not. You're not past the 2 hour everyone going to sleep markers.
Sometimes I do that, don't I? Let's make sure we put some glue down here because we don't want this to get ripped off on the fold. Now, you know, you could wrap this with a bit of ribbon, but I'm not going to. I'm thinking it's going to look pretty as it is. There are some loose bits that you might need to stick down. I just love that there. I love the thought of that.
Oops, Maria's fussy cutting with the kitty on her lap and the kitty just fell off.
Oh dear.
Oops.
Oh,
That's bad.
so this piece here, let's find halfway. Yeah, we're going to find the halfway point. I'm going to mark it very gently. And then we're going to come out 2.5 plus an 8 on each edge. Because we need a 5 1/4 inch piece. 2.5 plus an 8. Right. So it needs to be 4 3/4. Okay. So that we can use this bit on the back with a joiny thing put in it. Oops. My locker chopper got jammed in the box of chocolates I've got hidden under my desk.
Well, not yet.
So let's cut this at 5 3/4 inches so that then the two end pieces are the same height and we can use them on the back, around here on the back. So we're going to cut it at 5 3/4 inches. Then we're going to come to the first of our marks. We're going to cut there. And then we're going to turn it around and measure 5 1/4. And it comes to our other mark, yeehaw. And then we're going to make it 4 3/4 inches high. I know that is just a crappy way to make a piece, but look at the bit we have, and when we put it on here, look at that. Isn't that pretty?
So it's a 5 the end up piece is 5 1/4 by what size?
5 1/4 wide by 4 3/4 high. But see, look at that. Isn't that just pretty? It just, and then these two are exactly the same height, right? And we can use them around the back, on the back, and make a design out of them. So let's. Hello. Look at the mess I have. This is just disastrous.
Crudamajigs everywhere.
I have got crudamajigs everywhere. So let's make the piece to go on the back of here. Okay. Let's actually stick this one on because that's going to be complex.
It's truly pretty. It truly is very pretty.
Yeah.
So
That's very pretty.
very pretty. Someone said earlier that I had a 16-year-old birthday party or something coming up.
Oh, this would be perfect for that. For a sweet 16.
How come girls get to be called sweet 16 and boys just get, I don't know what you call a 16-year-old boy, trouble? Broken.
I better burnish these. Sorry, I just altered the video. It's not strobing anymore, is it?
No, no strobe. It strobed a little bit when you threw all of the plastic.
Yeah, plastic.
reflectors on it. So hopefully
So we've gone back to an older television shutter speed that is really, really slow. Like by today's standards, it is really, really slow, but it is to compensate for the low electricity flow through the LED lights.
We haven't lost any definition, but
No, we're a bit concerned about definition.
it's
We've actually got really good. I think it's clearer on Facebook than normal. Either that or my glasses are cleaner.
no, it's very clear on Facebook tonight.
It's very clear on YouTube as well. So I think it's very clear, and it's actually focusing better. It's because the shutter speed's really slow. I think it's actually taking more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not trying to do such a high quality picture.
Rightio. So what are we going to put on here? Do we want to put this one?
Pam said we need to create an Alicia scrapbook and dictionary.
Ha 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 ha. You reckon we do, Pam? Let's put this beautiful baby. And then you open up to the princess.
So Diane's asked you a question. You better answer that one.
Oh, okay. When you designed this paper pack as an example, did you have something like this in mind that you've created? Nah. Nah. So when I design paper, okay, let's. Do you mind if we digress? So when I design paper, I look at the size of the fussy cuts that they're suitable for. I've got something for cards and pages. Obviously, you know, this is getting a little big for a card, but then again, if it's the main thing on a card, it's okay. I look at having simple things where your eye can rest, and then having patterns of different sizes that you can use to, you know, put on a project, cover a card base. Yeah, something that you can use as a background and just put some photos, a title, and a little bit of embellishment, like something that you can create with quite simply, like, okay, let's look at Cottage Garden. So something that you could put a couple of photos, a couple of flowers, and a title, some journaling, and away you go. You've got a finished project. I don't put flowers on everything because I think there's too much of. I don't like creating with paper that's got foofy corners already on it. I know some people like that, but I find it's the kind of paper I'm going to hoard. It's the kind of paper I know my friends hoard because it's too pretty to stick something on, or they don't know what to do with it. So I would rather give you the things to make the foofy corner with on the paper, and then the plain paper. So this could be a boy or a girl or a baby or a man, or it could be a grandparent or a wedding or a christening, or, you know what I mean? Like this could be a gardening page. It could be anything at all because it's just a simple piece of paper with a lovely print that goes with a million different things.
And there are so many
And see this pattern here, there are so many papers out there that just get hoarded. this paper here is a pattern that you could, where's one of the pieces? You know, you could put a couple of bits of stuff on here. You could even pop a photo on it. You could slap on some gesso to lighten it up. You could just put this on there, whack on your photo, a title, or they are designed to be big enough that keen fussy cutters will fussy cut them out. I can name several people that I know are definitely going to fussy cut several sheets of this up. But I don't think about the project necessarily. I think about not necessarily what I would create, but what you would create with it. Like, I think about paper that will make your life easier and interesting, and that, so if you bought a pack of this, you could go and make all these different themes, and you could do all these things with it, and it's easy to cut up for cards or make scrapbook pages with, or mini books. Obviously, this looks like Swan Princess, like there's nothing here to do masculine. There's one piece of paper, the leaves, that you could use for a masculine project. So you can take that if you've got that left and you can make a masculine project. Or it's a really nice, simple background to then use as a base. And then you come along and you decorate it with all your bits and pieces, because it's not white, but it's something a little interesting, and you didn't have to do smushing or scary stuff on it. But I try and have a mix of light and not too dark. Like Swan Princess is quite dark, but Swan Princess serves a purpose as being the dark collection amongst all the others.
Runaway Princess.
Oh, not Runaway Princess, so that you can actually use your dark prints from it to supplement the other collections. It actually fills a purpose because it's a bit gothic, it's a bit, you know, dark, but it's quite masculine as well. For a feminine collection, it's quite masculine, but then it's your dark mattes, and I use it. And then we've got the chocolate bricks from Beautiful Family, which has got a purpose in lots of collections. It actually goes really well with this as well. But yeah, I don't think about the projects. I do think of projects I could make with it while I'm designing it, but I don't design it to make a project. But I do think about what you, or what my customers and my friends and that would use the paper for. Like, I go, okay, well, I know who's going to probably fussy cut that out, but then who will just use that as a nice open print, because it's, you know, it's nice and simple. You can put it on a card base. You can add a couple more flowers, or you can, you know, add a little block to it like that, and then put your sentiment and your number or whatever on it, and away you go. You know, like you can make that into a simple card.
We have tried to select a base paper that is great for fussy cutting too. So
yeah, I do try and make sure that your fussy cutting's on something and I've evolved. Like, if you look at, so this week coming up, we're going to use Springtime Tea Party. So it's the first collection we produced, but the second I designed Redwood Farm first, but I did release Springtime Tea Party first, even though I already had Redwood Farm in my storeroom, because I needed Springtime Tea Party for a retreat. I do try and make sure that you've got enough gap with a lot of these that you can use these. Like, we built something with it, but you can then die cut that, or cut or punch it or that, but it's always on something that's got enough contrast so that your wide edge can be seen. So the wide edge is there. I don't use it except around the stems, but I'm not the only person that uses this paper. So some people keep the edge, some people cut it off. These don't need an edge really, because they're nice and simple to cut. But I do think about, like, I've got customers that have issues with their hands, like arthritis, or recently operated on, or carpal tunnel, that sort of thing. So, you know, and then I have my sight's not great. I'm going to admit that my sight's not been good lately. So, yeah, the white edge is going to be good for me soon. I hope that answers your question.
So Bronnie and Deborah are
Yeah, and some of the papers could be standalone, like especially, so this piece of paper, you need 2 pieces of it, cut out the flowers and you put them on the arch or the arbor or whatever it is, and then you've got a project, and then this is a standalone. This actually is a standalone piece of paper. The bricks and the doors actually coordinate perfectly to stand on its own. Cut the swans as they are big. Yes, there you go, Bronnie. Yeah.
Bronnie wasn't volunteering to cut out your flowers on that page.
No. Some of the papers certainly take a lot of skill to fuss it. Yeah, I'm really cautious. Like I do. So I've got bouquets that came with this, like flowers put together already, and they've got some wispy bits. So, and some of these had other wispy bits that I've actually erased. So I spend a lot of time making sure that you can actually kind of cut it out. These are a little thin, but anything that's really thin, I've made sure you can just cut it off. Like you can just snip it off, and it's not really going to be detrimental to the design. There are flowers that came with this commercial license that are only going to be color cuts because you couldn't make them fussy cuts because they're just too intricate. I don't like stuff that's too intricate. Like this is bad enough for me.
The fussy cut sheet that comes with, not fussy, the half colour cut pack is just phenomenal to pick. It's so many pieces.
Oh yeah, we've got a half color cut pack for this of birds and flowers and leaves and words, and it is massive. Even for half of color cuts, it's just massive. I only fuzzy cut the little flowers for retreats. Yes, yeah. I tried to make sure this one was easy. This is easy fussy cutting.
So Tammy James has just joined us. Hello, Tammy.
Brick pattern and the arch, yeah. The white bricks I like because I did grungy white bricks because everyone does white bricks, but they're really graphic and yeah, and computer generated. I wanted like grungy ones. Love the white edge of my fussy cutting with white edge. Seemed to be needed for me. There you go. And I tried to make it a nice nice size too, Diane. So let me know if something doesn't make sense that we make, or if you've got any ideas. Like Tanya Duthie sends me ideas all the time. She's always sent, like when she's waiting at the doctor's or the hospital with a mum, she just does up her notes on a phone and she just sends me screenshots or sends them off to me all the time. And they're so good when I'm designing stuff that I've always got lists of things to use. And just because I don't use it doesn't mean I haven't tried. It's just sometimes you've got to be in the right design frame of mind to make some things work. And sometimes stuff works and sometimes it doesn't. I might come back the next week and it looks better because the last time I attempted it, I was too focused on a particular size or a particular font or, yeah. Yeah. Stand alone. Love the darkness of Runaway Princess. Yeah. A lot of people love the darkness.
Tanya
I think we needed it.
Woman. Yes, Tanya is the ideas woman.
Tanya's great for ideas for me.
Thumbs up.
I have actually got mini embellishment collections from ideas from Tanya that I'm working on, but they're just, I'm doing 4 retreats in 4 months, and I've just realized today that I haven't got the out and about paper yet, and I need to be packing kits for out and about in the next couple of weeks, and I'm a bit stressed, to say the least. But yeah, I hope that answers. You're gonna need this kit. Oh, thank you, Diane. But yeah, I don't design with a project in mind. I design with you guys in mind, and with sort of filling a gap and having something that I think is usable. And sometimes what I design doesn't necessarily probably make sense. And then I do look at whether people have taken to a piece of paper or a product, and then I go, well, I need to probably do something with that that's different. And I always try and come up with a different way to use it. I think about the normal way you'd use it and then try and have something that's a bit different. I hope that makes sense. Not fussy cut, but non-fussy. I love that, non-fussy. If it's too detailed in an area, I sniff it off. Oh, that's a good idea. No one who looks at the page will be aware that a leaf or a bud is missing. And that's exactly right, Heather. No one's going to know you hacked off that leaf unless they designed the paper. And then if they're a nice person, they're not going to say nothing. Because you know what? I probably hacked it off too. Tanya's great for ideas. Yeah. And I do too. Yep. I've made the biggest poo-pah mess here.
Where are we at? What are we going to do?
I've only got a couple of bits. I've got these 2 pieces that we made.
Yep.
And then we've got to cover this little guy. And then I'm going to cut some fake photos.
Thank you. It's too pretty to put photos.
Oh, no. So we've got these 2. So we can do that. Oh, that's pretty. Doesn't quite match. Or we could do that. That doesn't quite match either.
Frog cuts. I'll write that down, Karen.
Frog. That's a good idea. That matches right there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to find where it matches. So it matches right there. Right? Okay, so we're going to get this left-hand piece. I'm going to put a thin line of 6mm tape on the back at the center there. And let's burnish that. So we are doing a little bit of making something out of nothing. So we've got a chunk here. This is just an inch wide piece of the same paper. And what we're doing is we're just sticking that on there. Then we're going to put up to the edge of it just a piece of 6mm tape. Oops, forgot to finish that. Then we're getting this bit here, which we're going to match up here, and we're going to put a piece of 6mm tape on the back of it. This is just how I do this, right? I'm going to tell you, I'm not the be-all and end-all of how to do this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to line this up until we get it that we like it. Yep. I like that. And what we've done is we've created this bridge on the back with this bit of scrap so that it just fits nicely. And let's burnish that all. And once again, we've got our center line, right? So we need this to be 5 3/4 inches wide, okay? So that means we find our center. Let's just ease that out a little. Right. So let's find our center. And we're going to come out from our center. Where's our pencil? So we're going to come out 2.5 inches. Plus 1/4, plus 1/8. So we're going to come out 2.5 inches, plus 1/4, plus 1/8. That's correct, isn't it, Quentin? Yes.
Yes.
So it was half of 5 3/4. So we're going to cut at 1 mark, lining it up nicely. Turn it round, and we're going to cut at 5 3/4. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to neaten it up a little. It's okay if it's slightly smaller because it's just okay. because it'll be even slightly smaller.
So it's 5 and 3/4 by 5 and 3/4. Was it?
Yep,
Oh, paper 1 there.
from the scrap we made. And it's on the back, so it's okay if we just neaten it up a little. And we used our join here as our centre line. Let's just test it. That looks nice.
Do you want me to put an extra piece of paper 1 in the kit there so the ladies have?
Oh, do you have to?
I don't have to.
So we've got a piece of pattern paper 2 and a piece of pattern paper 3 to fussy cut, right? Are you with me, Quentin?
Yes, yes.
And then we've got a piece of pattern paper 1.
Yes.
And then we've got another piece of pattern paper number 2 to cut up. And then we've got 3 bits of that cardstock. Do you need the code for the cardstock?
3 bits of the grain.
Oh no, 2 bits.
2 bits of the grain.
2 bits of the Grange and a flare button
Yes.
and a wishes word.
Yes.
How much are we at now?
I have no
Oh, what's the good of you?
Well, apparently not much.
So let's make sure we're the right way up. Yep. Let's open this out so it's a bit flatter.
Not much. You're too cheap.
Oh, well. We're never going to be millionaires. If someone tells you the Redshaws are rich, you can tell them their lies. Actually, we are rich. We're rich in love from our children and our mothers to a point. And we still have one grandparent between us. We still have Quentin's grandma. We're very lucky, actually. We still have a grandma between us. Like, I think we're lucky. Our children have a great grandmother. Oh, I got another bit there. Can we get another piece of pattern paper number 3? So this one is... I've got the biggest mess here tonight.
With the extra piece of pattern paper in there, $11.95.
There we go.
Pattern paper number 3, isn't it?
So let's just trim the barcode on this piece of pattern paper number 3. And then let's cut
Oh, that's no good, Heather.
at... Let's cut it in half. Okay, so then we need a piece that's 5 3/4. Is it, Heather? What's the matter? Oh, Heather. Wishing you a lovely Mother's Day. And she's always with you. So it's 5 3/4 by 4 1/2. And that little guy's going to sit in here. And then in here, what did we cut here? We cut a
5 3/4 by what?
4 1/2.
4 1/2.
And then we're going to do a 4 3/4 by 5 1/4. Sorry, I'm getting tired. I just need to double check myself.
4 3/4 by 5 and
5 1/4.
on pattern paper.
Yeah. Don't look at the back. But yes, and we have all of you. We have the most wonderful customers. We're very rich in wonderful friends.
Well, at Marie's house, it's raining very heavy, dear.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, making her fussy cutting paper damp.
Oh, yeah, it's And some brands, ours isn't too bad. Ours is pretty good actually to fussy cut in the rain. But there's a couple of brands that you just can't fussy cut in the rain.
I won't name any, but some are very soft without being.
Yeah. It has been so humid here. Like even unseasonably humid.
The silhouettes do not cut soft.
Yeah.
Soft ones, do you?
The cameos don't like cutting in the rain.
They make paper mache.
Although, we've got our settings pretty good. We're pretty.
Yeah, we do.
Pretty.
Actually,
Smicko.
I'm cutting a different set of wheels.
Yeah, I don't like the setting you've got. It annoys me. Rightio. So this little guy goes here. And which way do I think is up? I think it's that way. He's probably not telling me how late it is, so he doesn't stress me out.
Okay, Bronny. After I make the kit, I'll send you an invoice.
I sent out invoices today. Oh, which way? That way. I sent out invoices today for the extras for retreat, for the people that aren't doing the in-store retreat.
I don't know where you are, Heather, but I'll tell you what it's like. We've got the aircon.
Oh crap, that's crooked. I stuck it on crooked and it is what it is. Damn bugs. You know we're in central Queensland, don't you? Look at all the tape back. We'll put that in our garden. Well, he
It
does.
takes a while.
It does take a while to decompose. Right. I'm going to make some photos. Fake ones. No, got that. I've got a list of photos. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 photos. I reckon I'm going to get on this. My list could be wrong. Okay, so I need a 5x5. 1. Yeah, or square. I like squares. And then this is. I'm going to cut it 3x3. This is all inches. Need 2 of those.
Two, three, four.
I reckon I'm going to get 9 photos on this.
Let's see.
Okay, and 4x4s I need. 4, I reckon. Maybe I've overestimated.
I'm not going to send out a message on it anyway. Sit in stone.
You don't you're not going to press enter?
Nah.
I think you need to check measurements before you press enter. Okay, then we're going to do a 4.5 by 4.5. Don't know where that was
Thank
going.
you, Jack.
And then another 4x4.
It's going to be 5.
No.
Oh.
I've only cut 2 so far. Still only need 4. I hope I haven't missed a side. So this is my 4th 4x4. And then we'll do another. Did we do a 3.5 yet?
No, we've got 3x3, 4 4 by
3.5 by 3.5. Oh, geez, I wrote that a bit bad. I need one more 3x3. Geez, that pencil's getting short. So this black's not part of the kit, but this is just to show you that you could put fakey photos or real photos. Oh yeah, I just combobulated that. So let's put a little bit of tiny bit of tape in the middle of each. I think Photoshop's updating on my laptop because it's just doing the whirry thing. Tells me something is downloading. Okay. By 4. I think. Yep. 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 Where the hoo-ha I thought that was going, I don't know. Let's just stick these on and see where we go. So I don't think I needed 4 4x4s. I wrote one down because I thought I'd missed one. I thought I missed one in my calculations.
We'll just wait till you finish then I'll tell them that. This one thought.
So I'm lining the bottom of this photo up with this photo. So I think it's going to look good balanced. And it sort of is even, but it's not quite top and bottom. Remove her head momentarily, or his head. So let's remove this momentarily. Maybe shouldn't have stuck that flower down. We could stick one on the back. Let's do that. You know what? My book. My rules.
You don't have to use the full photo.
You could put a tiny photo here if you really wanted to. But this is just, it's a surprise. They think, oh, it's just a card. Not a card. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. gift card holder. So gift card holder. 9 photos. You could tie it up with ribbon, but it's just, you know, it could just sit. You know, you could sit it out on display like this as a triangle, you know, and show a different side every day. Couldn't you?
I'm sure your frame will look
And
good
you
for
could do
Sandra.
this.
Sandra's only been watching tonight and working on one of our classes from the flower power retreat.
See, you could do that. Have it as a triangle.
Stand
And you
up
could
and
turn
dance.
turn it around to a different photo every day. You could then do, you know, back it onto itself and put a paper clip or a bulldog clip there and have this that you could open it up, you know. So you could put a little bulldog clip there. Because we folded a particular way, it wants to go that particular way. But yeah, there we go. I'll hold it up so you can see the different portions. And then we've got there.
So $11.95. I'm just going
$11.95 for the kit.
That's called Swan Princess Saturday Night Scrapbook.
So it's definitely $11.95.
$11.95.
It does strobe when we do this, go up really close.
Yeah, I still have a second
There we go.
ago. Saving that.
Yeah. And then when we open this up, we've got that there. And there. Great tied with ribbon, not stuck, just to give. Yeah, you could tie a piece of ribbon around it and then, you know, and then they can display it as they so choose. Like that. Yeah. You could fill it with inspirational quotes. I was going to embellish it a bit more, like put little taggy bits and all that, but oh, I like the paper. Sorry.
If you want to put more flowers on it, put more flowers on
Yeah.
it. You have to ring your bell, Missy.
Is it Missy or Madeline?
It's Missy.
It's messy. And I made an awful mess. See, I always do intend on sticking more stuff on and putting more in the kit, but you know what? If it doesn't need it, it doesn't need it. You could add more to it.
So here
Definitely.
went to the kit, folks.
Oh, there's that flower I was going to stick on.
So Joanne said, very pretty. I keep thinking I don't need this kit, but
I forgot to
it
show
is
you.
now on the list. Love, love, love. Thanks again.
So we've got the two fussy cut flowers. So this is Runway Princess that we used this week. I'll show you this way. Runaway Princess from this week. And Devoted to Denim is in a couple of weeks' time. So they're online. And these are the two rice papers that we've started with our own branded rice papers. So yes, this is Robot Antics. It's a Springtime Tea Party. If you did the Springtime Tea Party virtual retreat, you got a piece of this on tissue, on very fragile tissue. Whereas this is on rice paper. It's European style rice paper, so it is mulberry silk paper. It is from Poland, I will say that. This is a piece of Naomi John's digital art. And this is a scan or a photograph or, you know, a digitized version of one of her paintings, of one of her original paintings. So there you go. One's her digital art and one is her acrylic art and whatever else she uses. She uses lots of stuff. You guys do classes with her. You see what she uses. She uses everything she can lay her hands on.
Yep, including
Yes.
the medication packets at times.
Yeah. We have plenty of those. But yeah, so a plane ticket. She loves plane tickets. Just so you know, luggage tags and plane tickets are her favourite. If you, yeah. When you visit us, if you bring plane tickets or you see us at a show, collect your plane tickets. And if you don't want them to Scrapbook, she will definitely art with them. They'll end up in a piece of her artwork.
Yes. She's not afraid to stick 3D
She is
stuff
not
in her art.
afraid. When you get off the plane and you've walked through and you've gone through security and you're walking to the car, she goes, I'll just have those tickets, thanks. And she shoves them in her pocket. She snaffles your boarding pass.
Yes.
She goes, make sure you get a proper boarding pass. None of this on your phone business. I need a proper boarding pass.
Old school boarding.
She does like boarding passes. So there you go. That's what we made tonight. So, oh, and it's got a flare button. Did you put the flare button in the kit?
Yes,
I got
yes.
glue on the front of my flare button. So there we go. That's what we made. We made a mini flip book. Thank you so much, Jacqueline. And everyone, oh, thank you, Kathy. Everyone have a wonderful, wonderful Mother's Day tomorrow. And that means everyone, whether you're a birth mum, an adopted mum, a foster mum, an auntie mum, a grandma mum, you're a pet mum, you're a plant mum, you're a dad who has to be mum, or chooses to be mum, or your dads that are mums, whoever you are, and if you do have a motherly role, have a wonderful, wonderful Mother's Day tomorrow. Sending you all love and hugs, and hope you all take care. And if you're sick or your kids have got conjunctivitis and continuously in the wars, that kid is really in the wars, Deborah. Yes, take care of you as well, not just taking care of your family. Take care of your own health, mental and physical. So, yeah, wishing you a wonderful Sunday and a wonderful International Scrapbook Day and Mother's Day tomorrow. And we will see you all on Tuesday morning for card making with 19 Springtime Tea Party. First collection released, second one designed, and this Hearts Vellum is actually available, and I should make the Springtime Tea Party bead and sequin mix available, shouldn't I? And I should make this available, this flare button, this thanks one. It's not going to turn over, but yeah, that's a new bead and sequin mix that I haven't photographed because they're here. I actually got a couple of them. Got a pile of photographs. I'm not going to show you Cottage Garden. So I've got Springtime Tea Party, Bright and Sunny, a restock of Christmas and Flower Power, and that's the Totally Cool words. So, yeah, been a bit slack lately. Got to do my fussy cutting
A
too.
little bit on.
Yep, just a little bit on. Just a little bit. Got to work out where I'm at with the out and about paper collection now. Because I haven't sent it to the printers yet because the printers are busy. Because we're all voting.
We better sort that out.
Yeah. So we don't know where we're at. We just got to check on that. But I'm sure we can move heaven and earth and make it work. So take care, stay safe, love yous all, and thank you, Kathy. Thank you. Would make a lovely gift. And we'll see. Oh, I love sequins too, Marie. I'm a sequin girl. So if I've missed your comments or missed your messages, thank you very much. Really, truly do appreciate you all. Thank you, Sandra, and you have a wonderful day too. Hopefully you get to see the boys or they ring you. And yeah, we'll see you all on Tuesday morning. Don't forget, we've got plenty of videos here on Facebook, in the Creative Family group, and on YouTube. And you can also keep participating in International Scrapbook Day tomorrow and in days to come. And yes, loving reading what everyone, I haven't had a chance to comment on everyone's. I started at the start of the day and I kept getting behind because I kept having to work, and just loving reading everyone's cool comments and favorite colors and shapes and what makes them happiest on their desk and creating techniques and all that sort of stuff. So it's really cool. It's really lovely. It's been fun. Been a fun day. We're having dinner together. Oh, that's wonderful, Sandra. That's really, really cool. Milton wanted to know if we were coming to Brisbane to see them, and we had to say no. We're too busy. Unfortunately, we'll see them on the sunny coast in a few weeks' time for Amelia Ann's eye operation. That's at the end of the month. So, now I'm thinking about it again. Okay, so take care, stay safe, love yous all, and we will see you all on Tuesday. Bye.